They are probably, Cecilia probably had the biggest family. Yeah. So, but in compliance with our rule, they have to present a number. So we shall now call on Brent for Cecilia Cagaanan. Papa. Okay, by popular demand, we'll call you again later tonight for another presentation. The next in line is the family of Papa Carlos Cagaanan to be introduced and represented by Uncle Freddy Cagaanan. Please give him a round of applause.
I am Freddy Cagaanan, or as we say here, Cagaanan. And I'm the son of Carlos. Carlos and Conrada had two children. Myself, I'm known as Freddy Boy, is what they called me as a child. And of course, Lou, who you saw earlier up here. And I'd like to introduce my cat. Well, I'll have to wait there in the restroom. Anyway, I was told at the last minute about the presentation. In lieu of a presentation, I'd like to give you a story, a musical story. As we know, the Cagaanans are a musical family. And I had the very distinct privilege of playing in a family band with Carlos, Uncle Tex, Uncle Uyong, and myself. Wow. And I played the bass, which there's not one here, so I can't do it. But it was a very, very memorable time for me, a time that I will never forget. And I did make a CD of our band, which dates back to the 1970s. We had a reel-to-reel recorder that my dad insisted on recording everything, so I was able to make a CD, and if you wish, I can get your addresses. I can make copies if you would like it.
Yes.
To have them.
Yes.
My dad and Uncle Uyong and Uncle Tex named the band the Bolo Battalion Band. And they played a lot of songs that were from the World War II era. I don't know how I knew them. I was able to play. I think from watching old movies, a lot of them were old military songs and sprinkled with some folk songs. In fact, what's the name of that song that you played, the first one?
It's Half Moon.
I still play that on the ukulele now. Me and my big mouth. But anyway, I've been playing that song for years, and I never knew what the name of that song was. But anyway, getting back to the family band. When we first started playing, they only wanted to play instruments like from the Philippines. And I used to think, well, I was, high school age back then. I says, well, we have all these Gibson guitars here, and Fender guitars and banjos. No, they had to have the ones from the Philippines. So, and then when we first started, we didn't have a bass. I ended up playing one of those big stand-up basses. We didn't have one. I used to just play the bass parts on the guitar. And then Uncle Uyong said, that's not loud enough. So then my dad said, wait a minute, I know where we can get a bass. So here they took me, high school kid, to Baldo's pool hall in Oakland. And they said, there's a bass in the back. Let's go look at it. So we go walking through this pool hall. I'm not of age to be in there. But then they go in the back, and there's this big stand-up. It's a K brand bass that's in the back. So they said, what do you think? I don't know. Yeah, sure. Loaded up the bass into the car. They squeezed it in there somehow, and then took it home. So then I've never played one of those before, but the fingering was pretty much the same as on the guitar, except up here. So that's how I got into the family band, and enjoyed every minute of it. And I wish we were still playing today. We used to play here at the Bowls Circle once in a while, and we'd play at different occasions, and always a popular band. So that's my presentation. But anyway, my dad was always a good speaker. He used to say, you always be prepared for extemporaneous speech. But I'm not. I wasn't expecting even to say this much today. But I will always think of him. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I think about him or my mom. And when I see Auntie, it just warms my heart and thinking about them. And it's nice to see all the relatives that we have here, Canada, and also everybody here. It's such a nice, loving effort of everybody to come here today to be together for this reunion. It's very special time. And I'd like to introduce my family. It's not going to be a bigger group as in fact, we just need this little space. But I'd like for them to join me up here. This is my wife, Diane. Diane and I have been married for 44 years. And I think the secret is that we're both hard of hearing, so we can't hear. And also we have one daughter, Alina. And her husband and our dear son-in-law, Ruben. And also we have two grandchildren. We have Ethan and Isaiah. And I'd like to bring my sister up here also, Lou Majora. And her husband, Rim. They have two children, Jason and Meredith, who unfortunately weren't able to be here today, but they're represented by grandchildren. We have Jack and Mark. So here we are, the descendants of Carlos. And thank you for the cousins for this wonderful event, all the preparation. And And I know it's a lot of work. The food was terrific, and we're not done eating. It's an honor, a pleasure to be amongst you and to see all your faces and know that the name is being carried forward. So thank you very much.
Sample for the ukulele.
I hope you hear that.
Ukulele sample.
Uncle Freddy, there are a couple of ukuleles and a couple of guitars here. He will now play Half Moon. So I played Half Moon earlier. We found the other half of the moon. So we have now a complete full moon. Thank you. And next, we shall now call the family of Gavino and Timotia Cagaanan. They were fondly called as Taininoy and Nanay Imot Cagaanan, to be introduced by Auntie Hilton from Oklahoma. Give her a round of applause. Oh, hang on. Presentation first or introduction first? Oh, introduction first. Okay. Thank you. Presentation first? Introduction first.
We have 7 children. Panya, which is the eldest, is my mom. At Canuto, Gregorio, Fulgencia, known as Pauline, Cal, known as Dalitan Cal, and Arturo the youngest. And this is my cousin, Normanine. She lives in Vancouver, Canada, and her dad is Jack.
My husband is Neil, and my daughter is Nika. I have a brother in the Philippines.
the sun.